First of all, I spent in Orange Polska 17 years. I've been VP of the management board by 4 cadets. I used to be 8 years VP in charge of IT and technology. And I was in charge of legacy technology transformation. I have to put some more light on it because if not, you will not be that much impressed by my figures as I want you to be. But my first reflection is that I came here, I'm not accepting much invitations because now I'm an entrepreneur. I left Corpo. Altogether, I spent in Corpo 27 years. I decided to leave Corpo 31st of December last year. I'm an entrepreneur. I own 3 companies now. I develop those companies. One is virtual, one is infrastructural company. All of them are related to telecom and IT, and I feel great. So this is also something that I would like to share with you first. Second, I accepted the invitation because everything what could happen in my childhood was here, not far away from here, mostly in Murte. Because I was coming here as a child to spend holidays with my family. And I can tell you, you can believe me or not, coming from Poland to Yugoslavia those days, it was like journey to another planet. You can trust me. You were probably not traveling back to Poland or Czechoslovakia those days, but you were so different. That was the most beautiful place to be, beautiful people, and here I understood that life can be different and the world can be different, and I still believe it. So thank you very much for that experience, Croatia, and I'm very happy to be back here, and I'm very happy to share with you some of my experiences. So talking about Orange, the main issue I want to talk about and I want to present in the figures was related to the fact that Orange, this is a France Telecom, a multinational being present in many countries today, 7 countries in Europe and almost 30 countries in Africa and Caribbean. Orange purchased an incumbent in Poland, Telekomunikacja Polska. We all had dominant operators in all really European countries. So this happened in 2001. Same time, this big Telekomunikacja Polska incumbent state-owned company owned a mobile company, which was growing very fast. Lucky for us. So France Telecom purchased Telekomunikacja Polska, and buying Telekomunikacja Polska purchased also shares in a mobile company. Those days, name of the company was PTK Centertel. Later on, we merged the companies. After that, we have a company which is fixed, mobile, leading company with 15 million unique customers today in Poland. And we have today fastest growing fiber network in fixed, and we have the fastest growing and the big coverage in LTE in Poland today. So this is all about my company. I feel part of this change. So being here, I would like to tell you that open source started to be one of the key elements to change the legacy, not only in terms of the technology, but also in terms of the culture of the people. That's why when we are talking about the open source, we are talking about the elements which are related to the enterprise, which are related to the community, but we also think about the future. What else can we do? And we can think about the future because we started earlier. We started to implement the open source solutions nearby 2008 as enterprise-based solutions because of Linux. And of course, Linux brought us an opportunity. Opportunity related first to the computerization. And I don't know what about you, but in our case, the cost optimization, an opportunity to decrease the cost of the licenses, was one of the main drivers of the long-term transformation plan in the company. Then it's about the community, so the open source solutions which are giving a community an opportunity to work together, to co-work, to develop. We didn't know yet that it will come, and some will name it the open source development as a DevOps model. But then we were building really something what was a DevOps model. So developing and operating later on the code which you are co-building and you are participating in its growth. Building this foundation, we can think about the future, and I will hold my presentation with my view of the future in telcos. So, talking about the enterprise and some numbers and some names. In the enterprise, first of all, Linux, and the Linux later on provided by Red Hat. I was having a number of discussions with my friends in Poland because there's an excellent team in Poland in Red Hat. You can have the representatives here in Croatia as well. But we were talking about that, and I was saying, okay, guys, but you are doing something that we don't understand. We want to have a Linux, we want to have an open source, and you want us to pay for it. What is the difference? Huh? And that way or another, you will find that building the enterprise-based solutions, you have to have a guarantee. You have to have a guarantee which is giving you an opportunity to build critical systems, critical operating systems, on an enterprise class solutions. And enterprise class solutions, they need support. And because there is a basic rule all over the world that there are no free lunches, you have to pay your lunch, but you can pay different. You can pay cheaper. You can pay in a tailor-made model, which much more fits to your needs. It's something what you are really paying for is something what you really need in a given moment. So this is not about reducing the cost down to zero. This is about tailor-made cost model, which is the element of the services and the maintenance provided by Red Hat on Linux, for example. What we have here, we have here a number of applications, and those applications which we are talking about, I would like to present you the numbers. To reach those numbers, it was a journey. Because as I said, we started in 2008, and the biggest problem for us to build was the technology. And I can tell you, technology and people. Everything what we were using in our data centers was based mostly on a mainframe. And me personally, I was one of the major enemy of the mainframe in the company and probably in the country. And I can tell you, I won. We don't have any mainframe in our data center, in our technology today. No one. I don't know if there is anybody from IBM. If so, I'm very sorry. I'm absolutely sorry to say that. But I'm right. And we have a business case behind it. We didn't want to pay for the technology which is putting on us more limits and restrictions that it was absolutely necessary. This model, by virtualization and cloud, has gone. It's a past. It's a history. What we have today is mostly x86 blades, and we built a flexible model based on it, which are technologically transparent. We still have some SAMs to the Oracle, we still have some HP, and we still have some Volt. But this is related only to the applications which still have their life cycle not ended. If they will end, we will eliminate them, or my colleagues today will eliminate them from our data centers and from our system. If we look on it, the Intel servers today, they are nearly 67% in our databases. And if you look on the databases in our operating systems, if you look on our databases, it's almost 15%. And this is really great, because this is one of the biggest achievements today. Because everything what we want to build is a flexible access to our data. Because of virtualization, because of cloudization of technology. network goes IT. 27% on x86 and the virtual platforms build it on x86, because if you want to build a cloud, at least in a telco, first we have to build a farm of your virtual machines. You have to visualize your capacity. You need to build a virtual capacity, which will give you an opportunity to use properly everything what before was not used in a most optimal way in terms of the processing power. And if you look on the last and very important achievements, the open source versus the commercial solutions. From 2006, I checked it out before I came with my colleagues. We have a 2 times increase of the number of the virtual open source platforms shared today. It's a really fastest growing technology, and 1.4 times increased number of open source databases. What it means? It means that the open source started to be a basic tool of a technological transformation. If not that, if not the technology which is allowing us to change and to move from the legacy and to build something what is really giving you an opportunity to be more flexible and adaptable to the needs, to shorten the path of development of the critical applications in the systems, you are losing the competitive advantages towards the competitors in the telco and ICT business. And who are they? And these are not the other telcos, because most of them, they have exactly the same problems. These are the OTTs. The new network and the virtualization of the network functions are giving OTTs unlimited space for growth. And you might have, as a Polish company today, IPPM built by the American company, which is using your infrastructure without any sharing of the cost. Because you are requesting your SLA from the access provider, from the network. But on this network, you're buying the access, you are requesting SLA, you pay for the access, but the all margin today is more often consumed and taken by the service providers, which are the OTTs. So for telco, if you are not ready to optimize your cost and optimize your model and follow specifically in B2B the trend, and you will not be following the trend, building your own solution and your own services in the OTT model, you will lose the battle. I don't like to talk that we have a dumb pipe as operators. We have an intelligent pipe, but the difference is not big. This is a journey from 52% EBITDA to 22% EBITDA. And this is all about the business. So saying that, the commercial part is extremely important. So today, in 2018, the target is to have 50% of the commercial open source software in the company, which is allowing to build a real cloud for services, APIs, and something what is extremely the community. Safety. Last and very important element of the journey. People were saying, we'll not go for open source. Open source is not safe. And this is the paradox. Because I experienced that. When you are having an open source code with a tables, transparency, number of users who are taking care in their own name and in their own interest of the safety of the codes, of eliminating the bugs from the codes, it works better than the code which you are taking care about yourself and one vendor. When you have a tailor-made solution, like we had a billing in our company, we were the only company using this billing solution, all bugs, all cost of security, all cost of development was on us. Today, also from the security point of view, you have a higher probability to find bugs and to increase the security level by the fact that more people are able to verify and prove the quality of the code. Despite of that, as a telco, you have to have your own security protocols, of course. And about the future, because we are running out of time, simple picture, everybody understands. Because this is the future network. These are the service layers, technological layers. Here you have the services, global services. Everything is global. Here you have a source of energy which must be delivered to the services. You have a data center, you have a fixed network, you have a radio network. And you have a virtual network functions. Because all those functions, specifically in the coming 5G networking, will be and must be in the cloud. Because all logic of this technology is not silos, technological silos, but all the future of the technology is about the cloud and the building solution for the customer based on the slices. So we have a slice in which customer needs to have access to the fixed network, to the radio network, and to the data center. The exemplification, and a good example of that is the possibility to build a virtual access, geographical virtual access to the radio network, which you can build for 2, 3, 5 hours. When, for example, there is an accident in a city and you have all the special services because the house is falling down, and in the area there is a problem with the capacity of the network, you are building dedicated solution for 3 hours. When everything is gone, prioritization is changed, everything comes back, and regular users can use the network like before. And you can do that because you can create the slice in the cloud. That's why the OpenStack has a significant role in building the cloudization, in building the solutions which are giving you ability to create this, the services in the cloud and to monitor the services in the cloud. So summing up, first of all, by open source you are creating a different culture. You are creating people who understand that they can participate, they can co-work and co-build the solution for the company. This is giving you an opportunity to create a real specialists who understand what they are building. And there is a cloudization, and a cloudization in the model of co-working. So we work together, and we understand what is the purpose of the development, and we are sharing also the result of our work. We have enterprise, and in enterprise we have a competition. You understand those two sides probably well. If not that, the open-mindedness of Microsoft, which we can observe today, would never happen. They were not interested in it. Then we have a community, because we are having more people who are taking care about the quality of our code than only our specialists. Community supports specialists. And we believe that because of that, security issues are much lower than we believed they are, and the systems, the open source systems, will be more and more safer and more reluctant for the external interventions and risks than on the beginning. I matched the time?
Even less.
Right? So, thank you very much.
Any questions? I have a question. You were talking about the shift of cultures and creating the communities and the experts. So what does that mean? What that meant practically in Orange? Is it what was really happening from the perspective of maybe a tech person? What that meant?
Very good question. First of all, it was not a coincidence. It was a very pragmatic approach of the company. We started to educate people. So we started an education together with the people from the vendors side, and together with the specialists from all over the world. we created something what we called IT Academy, and we started to teach people agility, DevOps model, co-working, co-sharing, experiencing on the open source code. And we started to teach them and to let them understand what we expect from them, because, and this is, thank you for the question, because I didn't want to say it, but I will say it now. One of the biggest risks for the transformation in a high-tech company, which has a legacy history, are people. Because they are absolutely reluctant to the change. Because people are afraid that they will lose their position, they will lose their jobs. That open source and virtualization, cloudization will change the business model of the company, and they will have nothing to do. And paradoxically, in IT, in telcos, you have people who are working 20, 25 years in the company. It's nothing wrong with it. I've been working 27 years in the corporations. Nothing wrong with it. Wrong is that they don't want to change. We need them. We need their competencies, but we want them to change the mindset. And this is the key element of the change. So we started education to teach people. You have to tell them how the open source works.
And then the next step, like, you know, for sure you had the resistance to change after
And then
education.
implementation.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the rules.
Yeah.
So implementation of Linux first, because Linux was open. And we found a number of ambassadors or preachers of Linux in our own community. So we had people who are really open-minded, and they started to build on Linux, and we showed them that they are allowed to do that. People were following them, they started to understand. First. Second, the rules. We put it as an element of our strategy. So people, they understand that they are not doing anything wrong. That this is absolutely in line with the company strategy. Company believed in the transformation of our technology and our IT systems by open source. So we started to talk about it, we started to spend money on education, but also, what is extremely important, we put some rules. Like, for example, from 2010, you are not allowed to implement any application in Orange if it's not, if the code is not cloud native. So code must be cloud native. Because, of course, you know, in the legacy systems, you have a lot of applications present. Why it's not cloud yet? Because you don't have a code. The code hasn't been written for cloud. You have to rewrite the code. So end of life of the technology, when we had the end of life of the technology, we put the rules. There is not an upgrade. There is a change. So
what
if
was
there
the
is an
timeline?
upgrade,
Like, what was the timeline of how long did it take?
10 years.
10 years. And you went through it, and now it works.
Bravo.